If you spend time with management in most organizations, especially in Nigeria, the common conclusion is that their staff are underperformers, not innovative, and other such comments that make you think that the entire country is filled with dullards. However, these same staff travel abroad and are praised for their work ethic and brilliant contributions. As a workplace systems design specialist, my conclusion is that the problem starts from how work is designed. My mother would say everyone cannot be mad at the same time, which essentially means that when you see a pattern, step back and reassess. Often, when organizations talk about performance, the conversation focuses on motivation. How do we get people to work harder? How do we increase engagement? How do we keep teams motivated? These questions are understandable, but they can also be very misleading because high performance is rarely the result of motivation alone. Performance is largely determined by the systems within which people operate. So people do not perform in isolation. They perform within structures, processes, workflows, technologies, leadership practices, and expectations. So this is why two teams with equally talented people can produce very different outcomes. Or even a high performer in one company is ineffective in another. The difference may not just be capability. It may very well be system design. Creating sustainable performance is achieved by reducing friction and enabling people to do good work consistently. This means providing clear priorities and decision-making frameworks, providing realistic workloads and resource allocation, effective communication channels, well-designed processes, competent leadership, psychological safety to raise concerns and challenge assumptions, opportunities to learn, and continuous improvement. When these elements are absent, organizations will respond by asking individuals to compensate through adding greater effort. The problem is that effort is finite. People can temporarily overcome poor systems through commitment and hard work, but they can't do so indefinitely. And this is where human performance principles come into play. Human beings are not machines. Attention will fluctuate. Fatigue accumulates, cognitive capacity has limits, performance varies under pressure. So it is important to recognize these realities and design work accordingly. Rather than expecting people to be perfect, build systems that anticipate human limitation and support reliable performance despite them. This shift in thinking is what makes all this worth it. It's actually very significant. Instead of asking, why did people fail? Ask what conditions made failure more likely, especially when you've recognized that this is a pattern, regardless of who is in that position. So in summary, to improve performance within your organization, stop focusing solely on individual behavior. Examine your workload, the supervision, communication, training, your process designs, competing priorities, and your organizational constraints. Ditch the motivation campaigns totally and ensure that you design systems that make exceptional performance achievable repeatedly.